What's up, guys? My name is Josh Daffron, and I was just looking over this book, We Are All Weird by Seth Godin. It's a great book talking about how we shouldn't be pressured to conform to society, how society's changing, and how we should be weird, and we should embrace what we like. As you can see by my Spider-Man poster, I was once a pretty loyal fan of those movies, and now it's just there because I just haven't taken it down. Anyway, so in this book, starts it off with talking about mass, normal, weird, and rich. So mass is kind of defined as the expectation of people to conform, to make things the most efficient as possible. Like, a lot of times in corporations, a lot of times in government, like it's kind of like a clock. You have people, like, their jobs, the people, and that's just how they work. Normal. He gives an example of being a vegetarian, say somewhere like Oklahoma, would be kind of weird to some people. Being a vegetarian in Austin, Texas, however, would not be weird. It's almost expected. So he talks about normal is kind of in the middle between mass and then you have weird. People that are weird don't really care what other people think or what other people like. They do what they like. They think what they like to think about. It's very liberating for them. They're not constantly worried about what's popular in society and doing it just because everybody else is. They're doing their own thing because they want to do it because they're passionate about it. And then you finally have rich, and rich is not talking about being rich with money, but rich in thought, and rich in valuing your own thoughts. And because you value your own thoughts and opinions so much, other people follow that, and they realize that there's something different about the way that you think and the way that you do things. And he mentions that people that are rich are most times people that make such a difference in history. If you think about anybody who's made any kind of significant difference, they have been weird. They've gone against the grain, and he kind of calls us to do the same. And so he starts off the book talking about how even our hobbies are considered to be mass. Taking something that used to be work, like fishing, for example, and turning it into a hobby, turning it into something that people regulate. Like, you go to stores to buy certain kinds of fishing poles, to buy certain kinds of lures, like all these different things that are mass because people don't do it themselves. They buy other products that are marketed to them and that are very much a mass hobby. He goes on to talk about people that are weird don't care about things like fishing or things that are popular. They care about things that they like, things that may be weird. You can be weird in music, you can be weird in film, you can be weird in anything, like anything at all. It's just a mindset of not fitting into the preset places that our society has designed for us. He talks about school and how we're raised up through school just to fit in and make things easier for people. And through that, we kind of have to swallow some of our own individuality. And so he pushes against that and talks about how it's important for us to be individuals, to be artistic, and to have creative thought, and how that is really the only change that's going to be made in our society. And he also talks about how that change is already being acted upon in our society as well, with the advent of the internet and how you can do literally whatever you want. It opens the doors for connection of different people that you may have interests with. Like, they don't have to live down your street or in your neighborhood or go to your church or work with you anymore. Like, you can connect with people throughout the entire world and be weird with them. And pushes against any kind of conformity just because it's easier and just because people expect us to conform. Which I really like this book. It really inspires you to think about why you do the things you do and how you can change those things. But those are kind of some of the most valuable points that I gathered from the book. And thank you for listening. Thanks.